MP4s, mate. Hey yo, it's the old Gunny here. I cannot be bothered to shave, so therefore, or type. Start again. Hey yo, it's Gunny here. I can't be bothered to do my hair. That's why the doge is here. You can't even see me doing the V sign. But anyway, just want to talk about a couple of things that have been running through Twitter at the moment, including, of course, the announcement for Kula as a DOA character. Dead on arrival, I mean dead or alive, and the Rimururu extra new character for the Season 1 pass, and possibly some other things that will be affecting us all very soon. So let's buckle down and get ready for the old chit chat and things that I may or may not be arrested for. Alright, so first up, of course, as you can see on the screen, I've been messing around with an old design thanks to Jurio 7E, and I love this design and I can't get enough of it. And I've just done one more revision, and I'll probably delete it and do something else. But if you like it, you need to grab that off the store because it will not be there for long. And I'm always, of course, waiting for that lovely cease and desist letter. You never know. But the next thing, of course, is Samurai Shodown Season Pass. They have announced Rimururu with video, which a lot of people were just ripping and shoving onto Twitter as if it's their own, but you know, whatever, it's marketing, whatever. And as you can see, of course, she's one of 4 characters. That is pretty sick. Even more so because, of course, if you just get that DLC pass before, was it June the 30th, I believe, you get all of these for free. I don't really know what else there is to complain about. I mean, from what I understand, you don't even need to buy the game. You just click that DLC button and you grab it before June the 30th. It is yours forever. 4 extra characters that you'll never be able to play if you don't actually buy the game. But who knows? I mean, you know, technically you could get the DLC. I can't guarantee this will work. You can get a DLC, put it into your PlayStation library, right? And then when the game drops down to, I don't know, 15 quid or whatever, or euros or dollars, you can then pick it up and then just plug it in. You get all the characters. Amazing value. Of course, you'll miss out on all the online shenanigans and all the hype that might happen with the first couple of weeks, and then, you know, who knows, maybe your favorite character is overpowered or whatever, and you're going to miss out on all of that while she or he hacks the crap out of everyone else. And then you'll come in when they put in the patch and balance the game, and it's all nice and fluffy and adorable, and yeah. So if you like online things, you might well want to grab that season pass and that pre-order ASAP before June the 30th. In fact, I think the game launches a bit before that, so you might well want to grab that ASAP and get ready for June the 26th, I believe, which is in 16 days. That's not a lot. That's 2 weeks, man. Two weeks. So let's move on. Okay, what else have we got? We got, of course, Hungry Clicker was right up there, speedy as always, running in there with the artwork, the amazing artwork, and yeah, we definitely want to give that a follow on Twitter. So there was the video. I'm not going to show it to you. You can just, you know, Google it or something. Some stuff we don't care about. Oh yeah, so again, everybody's sharing this artwork, of course. So if you didn't know, right, there's this guy writing some fantasy story, manga thing, right? Book. It's a light novel. I think it's I don't know. It's a book of some sort, right? But somehow he's managed to get licensed for Iori Yagami. So Iori Yagami, as you may know the term isekai, will turn up in a fantasy world and, yeah, I guess play the anti-hero. You can imagine Iori Yagami taking down dragons and demons and all kinds of horrible things, and maybe even having a nice romantic interest. Who knows? So that could be fun. Who knows if we'll ever see this translated? Probably not. But you know, we can hope and see. Maybe it'll even be so successful it'll turn into an anime, and then various people will just download it and not subscribe to Crunchyroll or whatever. But anyway, that's another hairy topic for another time. Okay, good old Ash there doing the stuff. Oops. Gangster's Paradise Zone Act 1. So yeah, some people were not really happy with the choice of Rimururu. Of course, some of us were expecting Iroha, that absolutely tacky as hell, useless maid character, which is actually a bird. But you know, if you want to have sex with that, that's fair play, mate. It's whatever floats your boat. All right, that's fine. But it is a bird. Okay, it's a bird. Yes. Right. Anyway, so yeah, Nakaru's sister is in the house and she's cutting people up. She doesn't give a crap, and people are probably mad about it. But I'm cool. Whatever, man. To be honest, I'm just like Samurai Shodown, man. I don't know, but we'll see how it goes. Whatever, man. Whatever. Right, Chrysalid, yay. Yeah, so there's quite a lot of hype over Rimururu at the moment. She looks pretty good, right? She looks okay. Yeah. Yeah. He looks fine. Don't know where this illustration comes from. You've never seen SNK Heroines before. But hey, let's use some of this artwork to promote KOF98. Why not? This skin, man. You know, I have to say, like, I wouldn't have bought it, but I'm just amazed that it would have existed. And at least the artwork exists, and it's an amazing artwork. I think it fits Leona quite well. But there we are. So Ukyo Super. Hey, what are you auto playing for? You don't need to see that. Let's see. Now, what do I want to talk about? All right, of course, it's the Dead or Alive reveal of Kula. And well, this is but really we want to talk about. It always does that when I'm. Just forget it. Let's just leave that alone. But let's just talk about Kula. I'll get to some cooler screenshots. Let's move on to that because that's what we're talking about. Oh, of course, shout outs to the manga. That's pretty good. Still going on. You can read it for free now. Of course, if you paid, you could have read the newest episode already. But Ralph versus Ramon at the moment. Shout outs to Score. You can see Coco, Bon, and Asami there. With it. Yep. Over in Taipei, having some fun there with the tournaments and spoilers. Score won it. They see Xiaohai and ET and Abao. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. That's just funny, regardless. Okay, there's a bug. Don't just follow me on Twitter to see that. But where's the cooler picture? I need the cooler picture. Cooler picture. Cooler picture. Oh, Hanzo, some Hanzo thing there. Might be good. This is going to be really bad on replay, isn't it? Yes, Terry Bogard. Clark and Ralph cosplay, good stuff. Where is the stupid thing? Yeah, Rimururu all over my feed, man. What do you want me to do? Hey, some good artwork there. Shout outs to, don't know how to pronounce that, Enrique. Good stuff, follow him. Good cosplay there, good cosplay there. Follow SNK D2. Yeah. It was basically in response to this one. Let me just go back over here. So we started with this one, right? Obviously, I upset a few people with this, but you know, it's nothing serious. So Kula was announced for Dead or Alive, okay, and well, you've probably heard this from a few other people, but it's just. You know, I did not quite exactly get excited about this in the first place. There were a few rumours about it beforehand, and I was like, well, you know, there are other full-bodied, full-grown women to use that might fit into Dead or Alive, which is kind of traditionally known as a fully grown, fully-bodied woman fighter. But, you know, I'm not, you know, come on, right? It's good to have a variation. Good to have a range of body sizes and ages and stuff. Yeah, I basically Kula. I'm like, well, right, you know, if you like, you know, to be absolutely, I don't know if the word is fair or clear, but if you like younger girls and like using a younger girl to beat up opponents, whether they be male, female, robotic, or whatever, fair play, gov. That's absolutely fine. That's not the issue. And sometimes I find it quite satisfying to use a kind of smaller, a weaker looking character to beat up a buff looking character, right? And that's quite satisfying in a way. But what bothers me, and I think what bothers a lot of people about Kula being in Dead or Alive, is quite simply the underlying etchiness of it all. And I know Dead or Alive is trying to be a serious fighter, but let's face it, mate. There's a reason why those boobs jiggle, okay? There's a reason why a whole load of fans love this particular series, and I've got nothing against that. Absolutely no. That soundtrack sounds kind of loud, right? But I'm gonna turn that down a bit because that sounds a bit dangerously loud. Follow me, right? Yeah, follow me. It's a good thing to say, right? But anyway, the point was, what was I talking about? Yes, I'm not saying you're all perverts and hentais, but Kula originally was meant to be 14. Okay, 14. Then the age got kind of adjusted. Now she's 18. So technically, there is no problem with that whatsoever, right? However, she still acts like a child, and that's now been explained by the fact that she was, a genetic, experiment gone wrong. So she acts like a child, but she's in the adult's body. Well, I wonder where we've heard that before. And people were then arrested and were never heard of again. Or maybe they were in certain countries where it's not so badly received. But in the West, in certain countries, this is very much frowned upon. And the fact that you can put Kula into a wedding dress and probably in a skirt of some sort, and then what DOA fan let's not say hardcore, let's say particular DOA fans are going to do with that particular get-up it's just not good. And this is one of the things, to be fair, it's one of the things I didn't like about SNK Heroines as well. Certain angles should not be allowed for certain characters, with certain costumes. It's just not healthy. I mean, maybe it is healthy. No, I don't know, to be absolutely honest. You're in your bedroom. You're not hurting anyone, hopefully. That should be the end of it. But what we all fear, I think, what a lot of us fear, I'm never going to generalize. What I think a lot of people fear, of course, is that when fantasy spills over into real life and people start, after they've been playing a nice video game, they go out and start hanging out at playgrounds and things like that. And of course, I'm not saying that's automatic and stuff, but that's what we fear. That's the stigma that gets attached to these video games, and that's why people get upset about these things. Because it happens, and it might be just 1 in 1,000, it might be 1 in 1,000,000, but it's happened, and that's the stigma now that these games have to carry. And of course, the average person is watching all kinds of nonsense on TV, playing all kinds of crazy video games, and there's no effect on their real life whatsoever. And that's absolutely fine. Whatever happens in your bedroom, mate, stays in the bedroom. In Las Vegas and all of that jazz, whatever, it's all good. You're not hurting anyone. You might be slightly perverted or very perverted, but you don't hurt anyone. It's all good, right? At the same time, if you keep buying these things, you are increasing the need for this material, and if you increase the need for this material, you create a ripple effect where this material has to be produced, and to do that, well, poor innocent models like Kula get perverted, and that's just not on, really, is it? So what am I saying? I'm saying I don't really like this, and the potential for abuse is a bit much. In a perfect world, it's all going to be fine. People will just play with Kula, and it'll be awesome, and people will have fun, and that's great. And that's it, really. That's what we all hope for, and it'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. Of course, we've got Mai in there. On the other hand, you're like, well, well, she's fair game. She's legal, right? Like I said, bedroom. It's all fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. Nobody needs to know. I'm not going to go out there and start asking people to dress up in a ninja outfit. I'm fine. It's all good. But as we're saying before, we could have had Shermie, we could have had Angel, we could have had Vanessa. Wow, Vanessa in Dead or Alive. That would have been awesome. Maybe they've already got a boxer character. But hey, they probably got characters with big boobs. What more difference is it going to make in the long run? I don't know, mate. But there we are. So I think I think I've got that off my chest. Haha, puns intended, right? So the last thing to talk about is that we do have a couple of surveys coming up, and I want you to make sure that you're tuned into my Twitter and of course looking at orochinagi.com, because I need to ask you some questions that I'm going to be putting forward, or maybe not, because things just might not work out, but I'm thinking about putting forward some questions or some survey results, some feedback to SNK about King of Fighters 15. Samurai Shodown is all very nice and all that jazz, whatever. SNK Heroines is done with now, or whatever, maybe not, but I'm really looking towards the future, and SNK right now is starting their development on King of Fighters 15, and I think we need to give them all the feedback to make sure that they're, well, I don't want to be presumptuous to say to point them in the right direction, but I want to just make sure they're aware of how we feel about certain features and things, like for example the lobby mode. That for me, I'm an online player. I need to play games online, so I need those lobby functions to be working with things like a queue for the first 5 series, or even some sort of notification that somebody's waiting for me, training mode while I'm waiting, and you know, story mode needs to be there for the casual players. Needs to be lots of content. They're going to be using the AI. I'd like to give some opinions about that, some ideas for that as well. So make sure that you tune in. I will try to do another announcement later on, but make sure you're tuning into Facebook and Twitter and Orochinagi, of course, where I will post when that survey is open, and I really need all of your feedback, okay guys, because we want to make sure 15 is the best it can be. And I know it all depends on resources, it all depends on time. There's a lot of factors we've got to take into consideration, but you know, we just got to give it our best. All right guys, it's a community thing, and we have an opportunity, we don't want to waste it. All right, so that's it for today. I had a nice little rant. Hope you didn't want to throw up or anything, and I hope that if you enjoyed Dead or Alive, you'll get the DLC, and if you don't approve, you can always tell Tecmo Koei that I think they're going to have one more character, so there's still a possibility that you'll have somebody, even male perhaps, that will turn up in Dead or Alive, and then things will get really crazy, right? It's funny to say maybe Iori's becoming the Miss Kitty of of KOF, because he's getting around a bit, isn't he? He's getting around, but we'll see. Leave of course your comments. If you have any questions that you'd like to add to the survey, to ask, like, or to represent what you think is very important for SNK to take note of, and what other players should definitely take note of. For example, taunts or features that are missing in the KOF 14 that should be there. Let me know, and I can see if I'll try to add it to the survey. All right, thanks for listening. This is Gunny. Don't forget, we cover a couple of t-shirts. Help me pay for these various expenses that I have, including this server that you know I'm just kind of keeping it there as a memorial, but you know, it does cost money. So thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you guys on the next one.